The National Enquirer is usually the tabloid.
That's like the media takeout of print.
Right, but it is like out of all the tabloids,
that's
the National Enquirer
reliable.
Is the most reliable. Yes,
absolutely.
Some people might not believe that. They might roll their eyes, but no. Forget about Star, forget about Weekly World News. It's all about the National Enquirer. That's why they get sued so much, because they print so much. It's dirt, but a lot of it's the truth.
Yeah. I mean, she even had the nerve to say that her fling with Pryor was pretty much no good. But I don't believe it.
All right.
And I hate to say that, but, I think, people do things nowadays just for attention and money. And, this just sounds like one of those things that she tried to conjure up just to get some attention.
Well, you have ties to the Pryor family. You're close to Rain Pryor. Yeah. And, you're very friendly with the whole family. So
yes, absolutely. I support the Richard Pryor legacy, of course. I mean, he was an iconic person,
Absolutely. And we actually, I believe, have Richard Pryor's son, Richard Pryor Jr.,
who's the father
of this guy,
Randy's,
on the hotline right now. Is that correct?
Yes.
Richard Pryor Jr.
Richard Pryor Jr.
Hi, honey. How are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Mama?
I'm good. Please say hello to Bill Baker.
Good morning.
Hello, Bill Baker. How are you?
I'm good. I feel like I'm talking to a big time.
I mean,
I'm like a little I'm a little starstruck right now.
I mean, he only is the greatest iconic comedian's son. I'm just saying.
I know that's right.
Richard Pryor Jr. Oh my gosh. Well, Bill, you called it.
Yes. Well, listen. Good morning. Welcome to the Hip Hop Coffee Shop. I really appreciate you calling in, man.
Glad to be here.
There was the reason we wanted to get you on today is because there was a crazy story that Shay Star broke today with the inside scoop about your son.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and real quick, Shay, you want to recap for people who haven't heard it yet?
Yeah, man. Unfortunately, the son of the comedic icon,
right?
the son of the son,
yeah.
I got into a situation with I'd see his girlfriend, and apparently was arrested and brought up on charges for assault. Now, of course, I'm all about making peace and mending things, so I just kind of wanted to get you on the phone, Richard, to just get your opinion on that, and if there's any insight that you can add to the situation to kind of bring some light to it, or
Well, you always hear there's two sides to every story. There's one other side, the other side, and there's the truth.
Right.
I'm still trying to figure out what's what, but I do know my son, and I've never known my son to act out of way in any kind of way towards a woman at all whatsoever. But what I did find out, I did some research and found out some things through some friends of his and different people with my ex-wife and stuff, that if you look at the article that's written there, it talks about how that he lived with her and everything like that, and he had no place to live. But yet, when she had to go to his house to retrieve some of her things, so that right there automatically makes me think, well, then if they live together, why would she have to go to his house to pick up some items?
Right.
And what I found out from some friends of his and stuff, that she came over there and she was upset because he actually broke up with her.
Oh.
And she came over and supposedly had a knife and stuff and was trying to fight him and different things like that. And they had to, his friends and himself, they had to physically force her out of the house. And that's supposedly how the injury came about, them fighting with her, trying to get her out of the house. He was never arrested. The police weren't called or anything like that. And this happened after, all that happened after she went away. And to me, because I've been in that same bucket before, where people feel that they can get some money for telling a story. And to me, I believe that that's something that would happen. Somebody said, you got here, that was your boyfriend and stuff like that. You can make some money off of this, and that's what I think exactly what happened. And
that's sad because, me and Bill actually talked about that one day during the latte lounge about, the whole, is it okay for a guy to put his hands on a female, and at what point does it become, okay and not okay? But and I always, take the side of the man, not saying that it's okay for a man to put his hands on him, but, women put themselves in these situations. And if I was a guy and a woman was coming at me with the knife, I would absolutely restrain her too. Would I physically hit her and do something to cause harm to her? No, because it's not right. But at some point, you do have to defend yourself. And from me to you guys, I hope that the situation gets resolved.
Have you talked to him?
Yeah, I've talked to him and everything. He's, doing what he's got to do and everything, I just have to let him know a lot of times because Randus, that's my son and everything. He doesn't, think, he thinks the way I used to think and everything, that things that you do, nobody's going to see it, nobody's going to care. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, he's in the public eye in that aspect, and he's got everything he does is pretty much scrutinized, especially if it's negative.
Of course,
yes, absolutely.
Of course.
I mean, you guys are only Richard Pryor's, offspring. So,
you do something good, you don't hear about it. You do something bad, you show, and the heck don't hear about it.
And since we're talking about things that people hear about and they don't hear about, I kind of want to move away from the negativity a little bit. But one thing that people don't know about you is that you actually were hired by Steven Spielberg himself to work on The Color Purple with Oprah Winfrey. A lot of people do not know that.
Yeah, that was fun times. So that was I hate to say how long ago, but I think it was back in '85 and everything when we started working on The Color Purple.
It seems like yesterday, don't it?
Yeah, right?
No, it sure in the heck don't seem like yesterday.
Yes.
It seems exactly like it sounds. 1985. I was a young pup, and it was the thing, me wanting to do things I'm on. I worked on some of my dad's films. I'd done some small little things here and there, and I, wanted to. My dad was doing JoJo Dance at the same time, and I didn't want to work on that, so I went and, went and interviewed and everything at Amblin Entertainment to get hired to work on The Color Purple, and got hired on there, by Steven and their staff and everything like that. It was actually really great, especially working on live, at Universal there, and we had an opportunity where Steven even, asked my dad, Richard, tell your dad to come on set and everything like that. So he came on set one day, and as well as, Barbra Streisand's son, because his son worked on the film for a little bit before we went on location in North Carolina. But it was actually great and everything, getting to know people, actually seeing people now and seeing where they were during that time. You had Whoopi Goldberg, her first major role. You had Oprah, you had, Margaret Avery, who had worked with my dad before in Which Way Is Up, so it was great seeing her. And, just seeing how people were starting out and how the people were eager and excited about what they were doing and the projects they were doing. And I met some great people.
Yeah,
hey, I hear you're turning into the next Oprah, Shay.
I mean, that's what they say, I just, take it, as lightly as possible, but I'm so humble. That's an amazing, person to even be compared to at this point.
Well, now that she's on the Hip Hop Coffee Shop here at OC 104, she's blown up like unbelievable.
Is that what it is?
That's exactly what it is. Well, listen, Richard Pryor Jr., really appreciate you checking in. Again, good luck with everything. I hope everything works out. I hope,
Absolutely,
the media is really just blowing this up like a circus and that none of it's true. And, which I'm sure, they're already know they're exaggerating.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things that surround this family that have been.
Yeah, that's how they always do.
Not true. So we might have to actually bring Rain and Richard one day to let them really tell the secrets and what's really going on.
Hey, let's break them right here.
Call me anytime. I'll be glad to come back.
All right. Well, whatever y'all want to do, we here, man. We support.
We have a wonderful day, and sorry to hear about everything, but hopefully everything will work out for the good.
It sure will. And good talking to you guys.
Thanks, Richard.
Have a good day. Thank you.
All right.